Hello, I'm Mary Gannon Kaufman. I welcome you. We're going to talk about sugar cravings, and what better time of the year to talk about it is at Christmas time. We have candy canes, chocolate, we have extra cookies all around, and most of the time we see that they're calling our names. So getting some extra insight about sugar cravings can really make this holiday season be enjoyable, but it'll help you feel like you stay on track and not so down on yourself when New Year's comes because you wonder, how did I put on that extra 5 pounds? Usually cravings are something that we are relating to. It's not related to hunger, but there's a deeper need we're addressing. And usually it's some kind of feeling. We've learned that simple, quick carbs, like something made with white sugar or with cookies or candy, something like that, a high-fat item, it tends to help calm us down, help us feel good. Well, the reason is that those foods trigger something in our brain chemistry. They trigger something called serotonin, the feel-good hormone, dopamine, another feel-good hormone, and they even can trigger the natural opioids, the endorphins. Now, it's something we can pat ourselves on the back for, that we recognize that what works. We're drawn to those simple carbs because when we eat them, we feel better. An over-reliance on processing our feelings with sugar and sweets and simple carbohydrates has a kickback though. We tend to gain weight, tend to feel more lethargic. Oftentimes when we eat those quick-acting carbs, our blood sugar goes zoom, and it also comes zoom back down, so we plummet, and then our cravings start again. So expanding our repertoire of ways we cope with things is something we're going to talk about in a 3-day sugar challenge, Kick the Sugar Cravings, January 11th, 12th, and 13th. Click on my YouTube channel to subscribe, or pages at healthyrisenutrition.com is where you'd sign up for the free Kick the Sugar Cravings experience, January 11th, 12th, and 13th. But today we're going to talk about some other ways to handle sugar cravings. We'll look at ways to cope with our emotions and our cravings in that 3-day sugar cravings time. But let's look at how to work on sugar cravings right now. One thing to do is not eat sugar alone. Team it with other healthy foods like chocolate and peanut butter or almonds and chocolate. A lot of trail mixes have nuts, dried fruit, and little pieces of chocolate. A really good example. When we combine a sweet or a craving food with something healthy, our blood sugars stay more level. Our cravings go down. Zero in on your portions. Watch out for that all or nothing thinking, that you think, well, might as well indulge, I'm going to eat this. So instead of 1 or 2 cookies, you have 6. Really, how many cookies do you really need to enjoy the taste? Move on, distract yourself, do something else. When you're in the midst of having a lot of sweets around, make sure you stay hydrated. Sometimes our cravings amp up because we're dehydrated. Most adults are not in touch with how much fluid they need to drink. And a lot of times, most of us are a little bit dehydrated. Shooting for 10 cups of non-caffeinated fluid is really the name of the game. Drink a cup of water before you start a meal. If you can stomach it, when you wake up, have a cup of water. An hour before you go to bed, have a cup of water. And unless you have GI symptoms, having a liquid with your meals that's not coffee is a way to stay hydrated. We don't need to dump down quarts and quarts and quarts of fluid. Keep a list next to you at the desk of other ways that could be nurturing for you besides food. So for me, I love picking up my book. I'm into the Pull Dark series right now. There's 12 of them. I'm reading a little bit of that, drinking a cup of lavender tea, and it's really nurturing and calming. I also love laying on my sofa, pulling that Afghan, that furry white Afghan up to my chin, and just feeling the calm that comes from that. What do you need to be calmed down when you don't want to use food, but what else would do it? Sometimes taking a little walk, a 15-minute constitutional is all that we need to calm down. And the last thing is paying attention to your sleep. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of fairly restful sleep. And if you can do that, you will notice your cravings diminish. So, isn't that a natural thing? Did you ever consider that having a good routine at night where you slow down and get ready for bed and quiet your senses down could really make a practical difference the next day on your food cravings? So here we've talked about 5 simple ways to cut sugar cravings. Zero in, don't eat sugar alone, combine it with protein or other healthy foods. Watch your portions. How much do you really need? Watch out for that all or nothing thinking where you think, if I'm going to eat this, I might as well really eat it. How many cookies do you really need? Drink plenty of fluids when you have sweets and sugars around, especially this holiday season, that are not caffeinated, not sugary. So water, decaffeinated tea, and things like that. So a routine: wake up, have a glass of water. Before each meal, have a cup of water. And with meals, have a cup of water or some kind of non-caffeinated drink. Goes a long ways in calming down our cravings. Many times we're dehydrated, we start craving sugars. Develop an ongoing list of other things that nurture you, that calm you down. We don't want to be boring people where we rely on sugar or simple sweets to calm our emotions down. Live in touch with those things that work besides eating. And then make sure we zero in on our sleep routines. The goal is 7 to 9 hours. If you like these simple ideas, we have a whole lot more in our 3-day sugar craving, January 11th, 12th, and 13th. It's free. Go to Pages, healthyrisenutrition.com, and sign up. So I really welcome you and look forward to working with you further. So more ideas, stay in touch. Bye.